What we have done so far is the default behavior of a VPN tunnel. It's a full tunnel. That means that whenever our client is connected with the AnyConnect client, all traffic from that client is sent into the tunnel. In the last video, we looked at how we enable internet access by hairpinning and turning the traffic on the firewall. That means that even though the client connects to internet and browse internet sites, for example, he will send the traffic outbound from his client into the tunnel to the firewall, and from the firewall it will go back out on internet, and the return traffic will go to the ASA firewall into the tunnel to the client. This is the most secure way to do a full tunnel because all traffic is going through the tunnel and is protected by the firewall. However, there are instances and situations where you need to do split tunnel. Split tunnel is the opposite from full tunnel, and when you do split tunnel, you define which traffic to send in the tunnel and which traffic to not send into the tunnel. By doing that, you can, for example, say that only traffic to the internal network 10.0.1.0 should be tunneled and not traffic to internet. If you do that, traffic from your client to internet will go directly out on internet without going into the tunnel. We do that by configuring settings in the group policy. We only have one group policy now. That's the default group policy. And that's being used because it's applied on the connection profile that we enabled. Default web VPN group is being the connection profile. The group policy for that is default group policy. If we go into group policies and edit default group policy, we will see that there are a lot of settings that can be done in different tabs. What we are looking for right now is that under advanced, there is something called split tunnel. By default, the policy is to tunnel all networks. What I just explained is that everything is sent into the tunnel. We can do the opposite, and we can do it in two ways. Either we specify which traffic to send into the tunnel, then we choose this selection. Everything that is not included in that specification is sent outside of the tunnel. Or we do the opposite. We list and specify what should not be inside of the tunnel, and everything else is inside of the tunnel. That is quite rare to use. The most common, if you do a split tunnel, is to specify which traffic to tunnel. That we will do right now. So I select tunnel network list below, and we need to specify that traffic. We do that with an access list. What we do is that we create an access list. I have already created it. I call it split tunnel. It can be called whatever you want. It's a standard access list and should be a standard access list that only specify destinations. This standard access list cannot specify traffic on protocol level, so it only specifies on IP level, and we have defined that we permit traffic to the inside network, and the inside network is 10.0.0.0/24. That means that this access list split tunnel specifies the internal network. If we select that access list as a network list for tunnel network list below, it will only tunnel traffic to the 10.0.0 internal network. If we do that, the rest of the traffic outbound from our client will be sent outside of the tunnel. We do that. After doing that, we connect. After we have connected, we can see that we have access to the internal server on the inside, and that we can ping to Google DNS on internet. Here we cannot see obviously how the traffic is sent. However, if we stop this ping here and continue to ping internet, we can see in the VPN client, let's see if it works, we can see on the numbers what numbers are increasing. You can see that these numbers are not increasing right now, even though we are pinging Google. That means that the traffic is not sent into the tunnel. Also, if we go into route details, we will see that secured route is 10.0.0.0/24. Previously, secured route was 0.0.0.0. Also, under statistics, it says split include instead of tunnel all networks. Now we have configured a split tunnel that only tunnels specific traffic, and that's quite a handy tool to have in some situations.